All right. Oh, welcome. It is time for the Fursday in our insane anime out of body in a game that's not a game, but you're actually in another world somewhere, possibly created inside another world or whatever this place may be of Lux. As our characters are currently finding out precisely what this place truly is. What they do know is that they have lived the majority of their lives in Exandria, many uh, in the city of Amman, others throughout the world until the horrible Palin Kun came a visiting and they utterly found themselves in a situation where they are now here within the Lux. Clearly gifted powers that are beyond at least the current kingdom that they found themselves in. So everybody was very impressed with what they can. They uh, decided what options that they had and landed on um, becoming criminals, taking over the underworld, and absolutely decimating and murdering their way through. The new people have come in and come out, and now they are ready for uh, their next thing of truly taking over. They've taken over one section, a mine that served as a gambling den, and now have plans. So, hmm. As we continue, your plans had been made. You'd had discussions of what your next steps. The three ways you wanted to begin to build your empire to fill your new quest from your internal systems, uh, which of course was becoming a power second only to the throne, was one, establishing a healing racket, and by that, trying to maintain control over the various criminal houses and such things. Um, two, create a school that is kind of a legitimate front for what you want to do. And by the way, warning: incoming cheese jokes, everybody. And it's going to be happening for the rest of the campaign. But at any rate, and third was to begin to send out and basically make an identity as preserve guides to go to the local wildlife preserve uh, there. Once out there, there is rumors that you had heard of there might be some way to change the um, the family line of those who get to preserve the preserve, essentially. So, it is with that that you decided the first and foremost thing one had to establish was your illegitimacy in the world. So, with that, you had thought about several ideas, but there are doing some reconnaissance and such things. You have been able to learn of four gangs essentially that run this. Some of the information you're able to gather thus far is the gangs themselves aren't really like families or anything like that. It's just because typically a gang goes so far, then they get overthrown every maybe 10 to 15 years or so. None have been able to maintain any type of lasting power that has gone more than 2 decades. So, you, of course, represent one of them now that you've come into it, and there are four other gangs here. So you do have some of the names. There are the Rock Tough Rufters. The Slicers. Then there are the Rowdy ones.
Just rowdy ones?
The Rowdy ones, they call themselves. We the Rowdy ones. Essentially.
Are they boys?
No.
Almost had the rowdy rough boys.
That's right, they're the ones. They do not discriminate by gender, Jonathan. And finally, there is the Myriad Clan of Many Colors.
That's redundant. Myriad already means many. We could take them out easy.
I think they're going to be the hardest.
Because there's so many of them?
They have the longest name.
Because they're colorful.
They're the MC.
Yeah. It's like, do they have financial backing from Kerosene?
We have to take the Slicers out because they're currently holding Cam's name. He's our Swift Slicer. He's our Swiss Slicer.
Does that mean we're gonna slice the slices?
It's like,
We're
what
turn
if
the
we,
slicers into slices.
what if we just take out the leader of each gang and replace it with one of us?
Oh, I mean, can you trust the people at that point?
Absolutely not.
Then I'm gonna go with no.
Other than learning their names, did any of them have like a foci, a specialty, something they controlled in the city?
Absolutely. So the Slicers, and some of this is coming from the sec. Sorry. All right. All right. So the Slicers, in particular, they on the standard have more or less protection racket going on.
Okay.
All right, so the Slicers have a protection racket. We could undercut them. We just tell people like, hey, let them beat you up. We'll heal you. You don't got to pay them. Just pay us to heal you. Let people fight back, and then, we clean them up. We let their own racket beat them.
Okay, sorry. I already started giving more information because I had a children thing. But the children's are locked out of the room now, so we're okay. So, apologize for that. Okay, the Slicers are actually more of thieves.
Not a protection racket.
Sorry about that. And it is part of their deal is that they tend to they actually like literally cut purses in that sense. where they'll go ahead and cut where one might be keeping their money and let it pour out, and then go off. And it is they kind of have more people have gotten injured from them.
They miss and just cut people.
Well, people who try to catch them
Okay.
and those types of things.
It's like we're just bad at our jobs.
The other one, the Rock Tough Rufters. They essentially have been doing more of smuggling in very specifically. They also are involved in a certain amount of magic substance, drug, really, that they don't know. Not sued. But you get that in a similar sense. It is used usually by. I'd say what the captain here knows about it is that they know that it gets used a lot by magic users as a way of doing things, but it gives a bit of energy to those who don't usually have the capacity.
Are they smuggling this substance into the city or out of the city?
Into.
Yeah, that's weird because I thought this was a very low magic place. Or is it granting commoners the ability some magic?
It's given them, but because of that, it's also much more dangerous to those who don't have magic. There's nothing to kind of leech onto. It's a little safer for those who have it, but those who don't have something that's cultivated within them, it is no bueno for them. And with a lot of the goings on, there's not a lot of information they have on that. Sort of know it's happening, and calling your attention again to this is a badly run kingdom. So the king hasn't cared a lot about things, and so some of this information isn't good for that reason. And then the rowdy ones are the ones that more are protection. They're kind of the somewhat legitimate side is in some of the bars, taverns, when places want to close. They kind of like are places where the guards can't be. But then they also have a very typical thing of if you're not paying your fee, things will break around and such things. And with the money they were able to get, they tell you that they're pretty sure, the captain here is fairly sure that they've been able to bribe guards to not be in areas so that the rowdy ones are more quote unquote needed in such things. And then the Myriad Clan of Many Colors, they don't have a lot of information about Oval. There are various rumors. They're fairly sure some murders and different individual crimes have been done by them, but they don't know them of like fitting into one of those strange categories. But it's you never know. They just don't have the intel, one could say.
Okay. And then the other question I had is if for the captain or the commander is if who is their current go-to physician in the city or physicians?
Hmm. Um, so she's actually most cities have a physician guild. Here we're so tiny. There is Jed's house.
Jed's house.
Um,
That sounds sterile.
we will bring him in if there's things at the castle, and it is actually very close to the palace. Though he also has arrangements inside the castle wall as well.
So yeah, are his services kind of retained for the royalty, or?
If there is a problem, then he is sequestered in his castle residence.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
he is not available to the regular folk here. Though when he is not on a current issue, then he is just not. That is actually one of the issues that I was thinking of the other day with the princess deceased. If there is a child, he'll be requested for the term of the pregnancy.
Oh.
We lost a lot of people with the princess's birth. To go through that again, I am not looking forward.
I see. All right. Well, that's good information. Thanks. Did anyone else have questions they thought of?
Sorry, Big Cheese. Didn't think it was my place.
Well, I mean, if you just had like a stray thought that came to you, now would be the time. But if not, that's okay.
She will go on a bit. She goes, I have thought of this, and I went through the trouble of finding more information on the slicers.
Oh.
It seems, from what we've been able to understand, they mostly work morning when everyone is about. And then in one of the back corners, nearest where most of the feces are gathered, it seems like they might have some type of hideout. And I was thinking of this, because depending how you wish to move forward, the people having things come more under control in that regard might give you the favor of the people. And if you may have yet not have the finances to effectively bribe the guard. Of course, this is in this back alley that you guys had arranged. So that could be something. I can't overtly help you, but that could be a place to start.
Do you know what the name of the leader of the slicers is?
No.
Oh, okay.
And we are more. Most information we ever get is from sometimes individuals join the guard from there, from some of these various groups.
Oh.
And of course, we take them because, well, they tend to be a little bit more skilled than our people. And
Right.
the debriefing is just usually what we can learn. She kind of sighs. I'm aware that we run things like hell, but it's what we can do.
Yeah, you just doing what you can with what you got. I understand.
Do
Quick. Oh, go for it.
do any of these groups have a sort of way that they identify each other? Like wear a particular color or particular item?
And I'm a laugh. Honestly, in that regard, you might be better off being your more illegitimate selves and bribing one of my guards who maybe has close to contact.
Yeah.
We're talking to Gringin, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Big Cheese, we had talked about guides out into the preserve.
Yeah.
How do we legitimize that?
Um,
Because it was to have the school and the guides be the legit businesses, right?
right. And turning back to the commander. So now that the princess is gone, who is sort of in charge of maintaining the preserve?
Officially, the Grand King would be in charge, but practically, it's a group I will be putting together.
Oh. Well, we've been out there, and we have some members who are capable and knowledgeable about things like that. So we'd like to throw our hat in the ring for.
She
whoever
gives a
you
little
have.
bit eyebrow when you say you're capable, given what happened the last time.
Oh,
Well,
it's
at least-
Ursa and I that'll be going. You know, Ursa kind of means bear.
Right. I will, as that progresses, I will keep you informed. I will let you know.
That'd be appreciated. Oh, yeah. You mentioned when we first arrived about the potential hazards of teaching magic to the locals. And we thought perhaps that could be an official thing. We have this house, and
I'd say don't get too ahead of yourselves, but sorry, we've got into this. Maybe work on this bit now.
right. I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, so you at least we're thinking about it in the back.
I will. It's good to know. That would help. I would also cause some turmoil. This might be some good turmoil. Good thinking. Sorry, this is my first call.
Well, you gotta start
Mine
somewhere.
too.
Usually, once you're part of one, you don't end up part of a second. So,
Well, one is all you need, really. But yeah, focus on the slicers. Oh, sounds good to me.
Yes. Focus on solidifying our criminal organization.
All right. Does everybody have the gear they need for heading over there? Because they should.
Wait, what's our plan?
Right, that's what we're about to talk about. But I thought go over there intending to talk, but planning for if things go sideways.
and that, Lunara, is why you're sharp cheddar.
So I just want to make sure that we're still going forward with the plan of offering healing services instead of killing people.
Yes.
We're going to offer that to all the families.
Yes.
Okay.
But I didn't want to get there and then be like, how about we just take care of you right now? And maybe they're the ones that don't want to talk.
right? So we should expect combat for sure. I think is what you're thinking.
Well, no, not for sure. I just want to make sure that we were prepared if that happens.
Do we want to just call a grand meeting of the families to offer our new services and introduce ourselves? Be like, hey, this is what we'll be doing. If you're beefing amongst yourselves, here's the services that we provide. Should you find yourselves in a scrape? Or do we want to go on individual conversations?
Perhaps we begin with individual, and should they not accept, we decimate them, and then we have a potential threat for the rest of them.
Okay.
Accept our healing services or be destroyed?
Wait a
Correct.
minute. Wait a minute. I thought we were going to have Livia animate the former leader of this group as the consequences to not siding with us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Was that not the plan?
I do
Did
recall.
I sleep and the plan got changed on me?
No, that's still the plan.
Hey, but I agreed we should. I don't think we should go in looking for trouble, but we should definitely go in expecting trouble.
Right.
Prepare for the worst. Nope, that's not how that goes. Expect the worst. Nope, that's still wrong. now Jonathan's forgotten the phrase.
I believe it goes.
Yes, expect the worst.
Prepare for
That's
trouble and make it double.
Hopefully it was. Expect the worst. Yes,
I also
sharp cheddar again, coming in clutch.
What if we used good berries as like a free sample?
Wait, but that's one of our primary healing methods because we can.
Right,
produce
but
so many
the
of
first
them.
time is free. Like, this is what we're offering. Here's a taste.
But I thought that was also going to be part of the legitimate healing part.
I can just slap them and give them the on-hand points.
Won't that kill most people?
Well, I mean, like, if we hurt them, then heal them, it will make a better point.
Also,
if it comes to that.
You cancel out the damage you do when you slap them.
Uh-huh.
You can do a lot of scary things here.
Yeah.
So, as you're beginning and coming up with your approach to the information, there is a slight.
You're breaking up
Am I still breaking up?
a little bit.
Range. All right. Any better or no?
I hear you
It's
fine.
I think that's better, yeah.
Okay. Just gonna blip. All right.
Must have been some lag on the server.
As what? Okay.
Lag on the
Lux is
server.
lagging.
Oh.
I'm lagging.
Oh, that. Okay. All right. A red system message pops up within your HUD views.
Uh-oh.
As it
What
says, administrator contacted of deviation of calculated results. Administrator has logged in. Administrator deploying additional assets for new direction. Please find a inconspicuous place to receive asset.
Big Cheese, is this what happened when Earth and I came?
Sort of.
We kind of. We were already in the inconspicuous place, so you just kind of showed up. We might should go back.
Yeah.
Let's go to the mine.
Yeah, back to the guild hall.
Or home. Don't know what you want to call it.
Yeah.
Going back goes. No witnesses detected. Adding new participant. And usually you have seen gray light, but this gray is tinged red as it swirls. And from this light you hear constituting new form of soul. Soul successfully bonded. And out of the red light, Josh, can you describe your character?
Out of the red light, you would all probably look up, and then you would start looking down, because I am 2'4". You first see like these giant moth-like butterfly wings covering my body as they expand, and they're black and gray. You see this very pale female, very dark, pitch black jet hair, little pink elf-like sylvan ears that look fairy almost, very dark makeup. She just kind of stands up. She clinges to the shadows almost. Leather mini skirt, leather boots, leather top. She goes, "Whoa. Hi, I'm Nixie."
Hi, I'm Talisk.
Hello, Nixie. I'm Mason. Did Palin send you?
Yeah, Palin sent me. I went over there, told him I want my stuff back and everything, and because we've been dating for like a couple months now, and you know, he's like, "Hey, come check out this new thing I invented." And well, I'm here. What exactly is here?
So, it seems you fall under the category of people that were either tricked or forced to come to this place.
I suppose that'd be right.
It seems Palin is not the man I thought he was.
He's some type of man, and just wait till I get back.
We have not yet determined a way in which to do so. Hope you're in it for the long haul.
Yes. What? So you're Mason, you're Talisk, and who are you? Describe to me what you all look like, please.
Oh, right. 6'8", humanoid with large elk horns that bring me up to about 7'6". Elk ears on top of my head, with a long braid of hair going down my back, loose fitting, like a loose fitting gi, and just a quarterstaff, or the primary thing. The gi is green and or blue and pink, green and pink. I don't remember what colors I have here, but yeah, that's me.
Talisk stands about 5'4" in height. He has this sable brown hair that kind of goes down to his ears and is kind of wild and windblown. On his forehead, he has these goggles with red tinted lenses in them. He has this big scarf around his neck, and he wears this leather brown duster coat that covers up most of him. but from his back are these large bat wings. Currently kind of tucked up, but they look, if he were to extend them all the way, they'd probably double his height in their width. And he's
Ursa is a very large, 7-foot tall woman, so she kind of kneels down, and she's still a lot taller than you. And she puts a fist to her chest in greeting. Hello, small one. I am Ursa, and Ursa has what look like small, rounded bear ears that kind of just like pop out from the top of her dark black hair, and she's wearing blue clothes with also what look like animal hide and fur, but there's more fur sticking out underneath that look like whether she's wearing a lot of fur or maybe it is her. You're not quite sure. And you notice that she has very large claw-like hands. They're little bear-like.
I am Lunara. Lunara is about 3'7". She is wearing a kind of green cloak with some hand robes that have a studded leather sort of vest over them. She is the coloration of a chipmunk. She has sort of a chipmunk humanoid face combination, and at the top she's got chipmunk ears and this little sort of mane of white hair on top of her head.
You see an elven girl with brown hair, sort of tied into a braid, and she has fluffy cat ears and tail. And she's wearing a blouse and a long blue skirt. She's sort of busy stitching a piece of what looks like meat back onto a zombie. And she looks up from where she's working and says, "Oh, hi, I'm Livia."
Nice to meet you all.
Okay, so a quick catch up. This is kind of our fledgling, just beginning criminal organization known as Parabellum. And we're going to begin offering healing services for a price. What that price is negotiable. But we're in the process of kind of expanding our operation and trying to gain a solid foothold in this city. By the way, this kingdom is called Jakul. It's one of the kingdoms it's not one of the best kingdoms in this place, but they have this really important kind of thing they call the Sacred Preserve, which it just has a bunch of wild, monstrous creatures in it. And oh man, there's a lot to fill you in on, which I do. And explaining.
What action is that again? The blot action?
Yeah, the blot action. But currently, we're seeking out a rival gang known as the Slicers, and they're kind of the thieves guild of this kingdom, this city, and we don't really have much more information than that, but we are going to try and go and offer our services of healing for a price and get a feel for how amenable they are to working with us.
Sounds pretty reasonable. I do have one question though.
Yeah.
Are all you Palin's exes?
No.
No. Some of us are his victims.
Yeah, I only met him once, and he kind of set me on fire, almost killed me, hooked me up to a machine, and now I'm here.
That's my story as well.
I have
Until see-
standards.
Jesus.
Until I see my husband's corpse for myself, I am still married
But not to Palin.
and monogamous.
I traded my services for resources for my family, so no, there's no relationship other than the business that we've transacted.
And those services weren't sexual, so.
Correct. My service was coming in here to help with whatever project it is he has set forth to you all.
And I can totally help you all out.
Oh, great.
So where do we start?
The slicers.
Yep, we gotta go travel to the slicers.
Livia, did you procure that body already?
Yes, I just finished working on it.
Real quick, while we're here, Matt, I want to try and take the lens I got out of the salt shaker and see if it will fit in one of my goggles. Replace the lens of my goggles.
Okay, I got what you're saying. And then you're going to keep the other lens here.
And right. For now.
Absolutely. It will fit in there. You can make it fit.
Okay.
Perfectly.
Don't use a hammer.
Livia, if you need any help with any of your mending, I could assist.
Oh, that would be really helpful. Most times I just don't try to make my zombies look nice, but we want to make her recognizable, so there might be some work there.
Yes, well, this will definitely help. And Ursa kind of like gets up and puts a hand over where in like whatever her the previous cuts or rips and tears in the clothes and armor from stabbing her and hacking at her. Ursa mends it with mending.
Nice. So the clothes are good. So they're, and this is the former crime boss, yeah?
Yeah. Just so her armor's not falling off her corpsey body, you know?
Okay. So, what next?
All right, any last minute stuff before we head over there? Anybody having something they need to do? Or is everybody ready?
I am
Get ready.
prepared.
All right. Here we go. And start heading towards where the commander suggested the base of the slicers is. And the closer we get to where we think it is, the more I want to start paying attention to people that might be noticing the direction we're going, like if they have lookouts, if
Okay.
they have.
Yeah. By the way, I love that, like, low key, she got a specially locked avatar because she was sleeping with the administrator.
It's Underworld. It's Sword Art Online Alicization Underworld.
Back me up. Yeah. Are you trying to do so to not be noticed, or what's the pathway you want to take here?
No, I think avoid like main roads, but I'm not. At least I'm not trying to be stealthy about it. At least for first impressions, I don't want it to look like we're invading or trying to sneak up on them.
I do have a passive of 19, both perception and insight, so I'm going to be keeping a very keen eye out for these slicers.
Okay. That's a good plan. Then, yep, both of you can do, perception checks for me.
I will guide myself.
Same.
That's a 12.
That is a 29.
Damn.
18 plus 9 and a 2 on my guidance.
Okay. So moving, walking closer into this district, you can catch that there, there are two people, one in in two buildings. There seems to be a lookout in each one, as they kind of look like they actually look like two elderly women, and these who are sewing. And as you pass, you pick up that their needles begin to move in a different type of rhythm. And there's almost like a back and forth. And throughout some of the very rundown buildings, you hear other needles click together. So there is like this Morse code among the spinsters.
Big cheese, they've enlisted the grandmothers.
Oh. I wonder what the grandmothers get out of it. Anyway, that's...
To assume new thread.
Yeah, and just keep on going. Keep a lookout for if it looks like they're gonna surprise attack us.
Sharp Cheddar, what do you make of this rhythm? And I like tap out the rhythm of their clacking.
I'd say it's definitely some sort of coded language that I would be very surprised if I know.
Ursa, you're a mother. What do you make of it?
It could be perhaps that the slicers are made up of orphans living on the streets, taken in by spinster mothers. In a way, they are their children.
Big Cheese, how do we proceed?
This area, is it like the slums? Is it?
That seems to be. For as deep as you have here, you can the ground itself has the smell of feces. You see further where there are people with large carts overpoured with excrement and different things that pile it into various or dump into various piles. There is a stream that seems to run through this part and out of the city. And there are individuals with large forks that are pitchforks that are scraping it into the water to be carried downstream.
And am I like the captain told us she thought that their entrance was near where that is, right?
Mhm.
So I want to make a show of not avoiding the excrement on the streets if it's in my way.
Okay. Interesting. Give me an intimidation check.
You got this, Big Cheese. Guidance. You show them who the new boss is.
That's a nat 20.
Let's go.
Or a 28.
Oh, all right. You proceed forward, and as you get closer to the stream, you can see it's roughly 30 feet wide that all this is being shoveled into, and there is a bridge that is there. Covered itself, disgusting. Beyond there is what amounts to a structure made out of discarded materials. It is in the corner of what would be the city wall, and it's really just this ramshackle thing. Doesn't have the appearance that would hold up to the weather in any discernible way, but looks completely dark as far as you won't be able to see inside, and it's covered from almost every angle. Seems to be a large, what looks to be several shields that have been bonded together to form like a sliding door that is nailed to the top of what passes for a door frame. As you begin approaching, you can see that on the roof there are 7 Lux folk. Actually, here there are 3 skunks, 2 badgers, a lion, as well as what appears to be like lizard ears and teeth. Look down, and the lizard one jumps down, smiles broadly as she gives a bow. She walks forward. Well, Your Eminences, welcome to our humble abode. Might I inquire about your mode of business?
Well, we've heard some interesting things about your particular group, and we came to make introductions as the new folk in town. Our new organization is called Parabellum.
Right. And you have him with you, Olivia?
Yeah.
Her, yeah, sorry. She looks. I forgot. It looks. Huh. They took you over there? Thought you were better than to let some newcomers put you out of business. Surprised they left you alive.
Olivia is going to say to the zombie, "Oh, don't be rude. Say hi to everybody." And
I don't think so, actually, right?
Wait, do you speak?
no,
Okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you used the talking spell.
Nope.
Okay. So it's. Oh my! What vicious individuals!
Yeah. The last group we talked to was less hospitable than we would have preferred.
Is our aura visible to us?
No, you don't like see.
Oh,
everything. No.
they can't feel
Alright.
the virus intent flowing to
Well,
It's like a circle around where it ends. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, basically.
well, I am, of course, your obedient servant. So,
Where are my manners? I'm Talisk. What's your name?
Flash Maggie.
Ash Maggie.
What?
And
So, how might I help those who trespass without an invitation?
well, we came to offer our services for a modest fee, should you ever feel the need.
Huh.
See,
Nixie at this point would like to cast Detect Thoughts subtly.
On who?
Running through her brain are thoughts of that she fully believes the people in front of her can kill her and her guards, but she's also very scared of someone whom she keeps thinking of as the Baron, and is actively thinking of how to navigate this. So neither the Baron nor the people in front of her kill her.
She's just scared shitless from all angles.
I am going to subtly detect or cast again, but message spell, and go to Talisk. She's also worried about the Baron. You can reply to this, but don't.
you see, if during your business you ever find yourselves injured or at death's door, then we welcome you to bring your wounded to, well, and I point over at the newly zombified female. I say, you can find us in their previous accoutrements.
I see. So just a message then, made in full force.
Well, we wanted to make sure the message was clear.
I will tell the Baron of your clarity.
That'd be appreciated.
Honored to be of your service.
And I'll kind of take a look at the guards. At this, I'm going to shape change, not entirely different. I just want to see if I can get just a little bit taller and broader, and then widen my wings a little bit, just feel like I'm stretching.
Sure.
It's a pleasure talking to you.
She knows. Of course, your eminences.
And there's no need for the fancy titles. You can call me Talus.
Big cheese, Talisk.
Big cheese.
And I'll just give a slight bow and turn around, start walking away.
As Talis is leaving, and if everybody else starts going, I do the. Before I do my turn.
Okay. Begin your way back.
And just not entirely sure where to go next, so I'll just go back to the base. And once we're back there, like I shrink back down to normal size. I was like, I thought I was going to have a panic attack right there, there.
Ursa puts a big, large bear claw hand on your shoulder, gives you the little shake. It's like, you were very brave, Talus.
I shape water the sweat off your face.
Do you think that went okay?
I think you did really well.
Thanks. I made it all up. Okay. But that was the first one. They say the first one's the hardest, right? The other meetings it's fine.
Should we allow some time to pass so that way there's rumor of the meeting with the slicers to build your
renown.
Renown, yes.
Yeah. I like it. But I also thought that like meeting them one at a time could be good, because then you can, I don't know, if you detect some animosity between them and the other guilds, then we can use that for leverage. Because if the next one we go to, we can just kind of casually mention, we already talked to the slicers. They were quite amenable to what we had to offer. Kind of like that, you know what I mean?
See if there's any fighting between the ranks, so to speak.
Yeah, like who hates who, or who's currently in bed with who.
Who is this Baron she was speaking of?
Yeah, I kind of thought that's probably like maybe their current leader of the Slicers is my best guess.
What was that name of that important person you said?
So in my notes, what I heard was Flash Maggie. Not sure if that's right.
Flash Maggie, yep.
Okay.
Do you mean the person whose name we weren't supposed to say in front of the guard because he was afraid it would explode his head?
Yes.
Oh. Not that.
I, the player, know the name because I wrote it down.
Oh, okay.
But Ursa doesn't. Ursa's on the idea here that she doesn't remember
Okay.
because we've only talked about it once.
And I kind of lower my voice. It was.
Exactly. Him. Do we think he is the Baron?
Oh.
What was the name for Josh's sake?
Velesk?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Velesk is what I have.
Barons are important people, correct? And you said that this person was powerful in the head exploding way.
Yeah. Or is like Baron a self-given title to the leader of the Slicers?
Are there baronies in Jakul?
No, you haven't heard of anything like this.
Okay.
No. However, there is a loud bang on the trapdoor that leads down into your base. It echoes through your halls.
That was quick.
Company.
It's been some time. You guys are having these conversations.
A bang like somebody just broke in, or like just a very loud knock?
Sounds like someone banged down the porthole, yeah.
I'll head that way.
Same.
I will go with Lunara.
Yeah.
I love the idea of Ursa and I just always flanking either Talask or Lunara. And we're just giant fucking... And then the leaders are our smallest people.
You make your way, open this up, and it doesn't take too long for you to realize that a parchment has been attached to the trapdoor here with a dagger.
Looking
Big
out.
lovely cheese.
Do you see anybody up there, like fleeing or trying to see if we got the note?
Do I see anybody?
Give me a perception check.
Guidance.
$15.
And I'm at 16.
Okay. You look, at this point, you can't get a good line of sight on anybody.
They must have been quick. Or it takes us much longer to get from the parlor to the trapdoor than I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is actually a pretty long walk. It's not like a very large piece.
For two rooms. We got all this hallway.
We need like Eloise or Shauna to like be closer so that they can get the mail and stuff.
That seems like that may be unsafe until we establish ourselves as a threat.
Yeah.
That's how you get people kidnapped and used as leverage against you.
I could look like her and they could kidnap me by mistake. And that's a tangent. Look at the letter.
So a few things. The dagger here seems to have a silver pommel and steel blade. The pommel, the end, has a ruby fixed into the end of it. The knife itself is likely worth 150 gold. Note simply says, I have been made aware of your new enterprise. It is gravely concerning that you have not taken over that which you have absconded with. This claim of healing is intriguing. It is most incredible. One wonders if you are not simply con artists, which of course would be welcome, but I don't take kindly to such avenues. All the same, while you did not do proper procedure, I am willing to forgive the slight on condition that you come to the fountain at midnight. Here we can discuss, like proper organizational heads, that which must need to be understood. Until then, please receive this dagger as my gift to assuage any thoughts of ill will between us. Baron Uthrak. And what's actually contained in there too is feel free to bring those that came with you today. I will certainly have my own guards as well.
Okay.
Is it just me? Or is he telling us off in this letter?
Well, a little bit, but I think it's mostly like we didn't follow proper procedure in announcing ourselves to new guilds. And he wants to meet proper, I think. But also doubts what we're claiming we can do. So he's probably wanting some sort of show.
It sounded like he expected you all to maintain the gambling arena.
Yeah, he did. About not fully taking over what we'd taken. To that point, before midnight, should we go talk to the Rouletta family? Pitch our idea to them?
Jonathan's blanking. Who are the Roulettas?
They're the other family that deals in gambling in this city, but they place bets on kind of more like which kingdom is going to do what, and further reaching bets than the typical casino-esque style that this place had, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, they're less. Yeah, because the one you took over is more within the criminal underbelly, because it was a front of gambling, ran a gambling house, and then they ran a lot of like other types of smuggling.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this group is more like kind of highbrow stuff, things that's more winked at in the city, not in the same kind of lower paths as all of you.
So yeah, my idea was to go talk to the Rouletta family to let them know that if we aren't intending to take over the gambling side of it, and that if they wanted to fill that void, then we'd be amenable to that.
Or a fee.
I mean, yeah.
Is the intention for them to use the gambling hall?
Oh. No, I figured they'd have their own place, right? They have their own network, their own place of business.
And what would they be paying us a fee for?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but when asked if they should pay us a fee, I just assume the answer should always be yes. And figure out the details of why later.
If we're actually not considering continuing the gambling business, maybe the reason could be that we won't continue this gambling business if you pay us. They don't have to know that we weren't going to continue anyways.
Yeah, I like it.
That could very well be a reason, I suppose. A thing that I am thinking is, do you suppose this Baron has some sway over all the crime families or just the Slicers?
We might not know until...
we speak with another family.
Yeah. But we should probably go to the Roulette family pretty quick.
You think the Baron might have connections with them as well?
Well, because I liked Livia's idea, but we've already told the Slicer people that we're getting into the healing business, and if we're gonna get money from the Roulette family, we have to do it before they find out that meeting that we just had. Any objections or other ideas?
I think perhaps we shouldn't put all of our eggs in too many baskets.
How many baskets should we put them in?
A singular nest.
Just the one
Wait,
basket.
I thought that was what you don't do.
That's very interesting, because that's not normally how that saying goes. However, we do currently have 3 baskets that we are attempting to put eggs in. Matt, since the commander didn't really talk about them, can we assume that the Roulette family really isn't a crime family? They just run a business of betting?
They're the other gambling family that was in competition.
Okay.
But but you you still might want to have your contact with them.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I just wanted...
Because that was the information you got before, so they are essentially one of the crime families, but
okay,
you had already gotten that one.
Okay, so they're
a little bit more upper crust. It's more like they've moved a little bit beyond the same realm that you're in.
Oh, yeah. Knowing that, I would like to prestidigitate my clothing clean.
Shit off your boots?
Yeah. Take care of lingering smells, things like that. Kind of clean up before going to see the Roulette family.
All right. What's everybody want to do here? Because there's a lot of everyone staying silent while their characters stand behind to ask.
I'm good for this conversation, and then to go meet the Baron.
Right. So I think as you go meet, like, what are your characters? What are the roles they're trying to play to support what's happening?
The mozzarella muscle. The
Person's
enforcer.
definitely trying to be imposing and large, because that's what she is.
So you two give me intimidation checks. So I'm going to use those in how.
I think it for me it'd be more like the silent muscle. So like watching what everybody's doing, being more attentive for if there's an ambush potentially happening.
Okay, I can do a perception for you if that's what you want to do. Yeah. But everybody else.
God, myself.
I think that Lenara would stand just to one side of Alice, sort of in like an advisory, sort of trying to read the room, as far as like insightful ways, like people's body language, people's reactions, it like as to offer counsel words are hard.
A 23 on intimidation.
Natural 1 for 12.
And I only have a +1 on intimidation, you guys. Because my charisma is -1.
I'm very caught up in what Talask is saying, not paying much attention to any of their guards.
All right, what else?
If they were to like offer, of course I will have like zombies follow me around, but if they were to offer any terms or like discuss any dealings of whether they're going to pay us, whether they're going to do something, I would like to inspect the terms and to find like loopholes and things like that.
Okay, so you're kind of ready to go on that type of stuff. That's good. What about Nixie?
Nixie is going to be staying to the shadows, invisible, keep an eye out for anybody.
Okay.
And one of the things that we got in the loot was a barrel of wine. And if Mason or Ursa could bring that with us.
Okay.
I will. I can carry it. I'm strong.
So, in that case, you were able to introduce yourself here, more in the main roads. Just basically one alley back from where the marketplace is. There is House Rouletta that has a marble facade on the front of it with silver and gold inlaid, outside of which are two guards that stand in finery. And with the discussion and the gift of wine, what has come before, there's a nod. And you are set up to wait for about a half an hour. Is there anything during that time? Just asking to check. Actually, we'll do it this way. I'm going to give everybody a prep token. So if, and with the way that'll work, is if during this scene that comes up, you feel like your character would have prepped something, we can go back in time and you will have prepped it for the situation that might come up. That makes sense. So it'd be like, oh, if I had only done this, well, you had some time to do it. Let's go see how you did to get that done. That's what we'll do. And incidentally, I meant to say this. Everyone, you all have one inspiration from Jackie. She had given that in chat.
Oh.
So apparently something's weird with the channel point system on Twitch today. Um, so, you are led into a very fine place. On the bottom floor, there are um, individuals that seem like they fancy themselves wealthy, though their finery is been mended several times. You can see it's waning a bit. Very well used clothes, holes in some of it a little moth eaten around the edges. Um, and you're led to a second floor. And while, again, signs of fine fabrics but extremely used are here. And in a side room, about 20 by 20, you all led, in which there are chairs and love seats around the corners, around the perimeter of the room. A gentleman in kind of butler's uniform carries around water. There are side tables near all the chairs, and you're seated. After you have a seat, from a back door to this room, enters a fox Lux, followed by four others. Similar, more muscle looking, like kind of what you've brought. One carries what seems to be a purple crystal and a book on the side. Sit down. Fox goes. Well, now, if it isn't the newbies that we heard so much about, who turned our poor partner here into a walking corpse, eh?
Look over at the zombie and say, negotiations fell through.
That's how I heard it.
Oh, well, what did you hear?
I heard that you broke your way in, slit throats, took over without any talk of negotiation. That is rather brutish. Not quite the way we like to do things. I wonder, how is it you decided it was theirs, you wanted to do this too? Versus, well, this nice layout before us.
Right. I should have specified. The talking that fell through happened before all of that nasty business.
I mean, when you
Once
broke
we...
contract.
Oh, is that what you heard?
Indeed. Let's see. And begins to recite the address in which you have the child and mother of the guard here. Right? Will you keep what you stole?
And is that address the house that we got the deed to? Finders keepers, I suppose. They weren't using it anymore.
So far, there's not a sense of honor among you.
No?
Oh,
Huh?
no. You had a contract that you broke, cargo that you stole, and a family without negotiation that you murdered.
Perhaps we could begin to rectify that honor you speak of. We learned that you call them business partners, but were they not your rivals?
Hmm. Well, they took care of a certain type of business that we could send across the street. They could send our type here. We kept a friendly relationship. Partners is the best way to think of it. We sent each other the right sort of customers.
Well,
Took the desperate,
in the
and took those who just think they're not.
hmm, in the spirit of keeping that partnership that was cut short, perhaps you might be interested in keeping some of the customers that you otherwise would have sent their way.
The rumors are true. You don't intend to keep moving on with this, with what was there before.
Well, we do like to keep our options open, and this is just one of them. Because picking up where they left off, it has its own challenges. We aren't incapable of doing so. But that would negate the opportunity that we have before us, which is to start fresh with you in your house.
Well then, you've caused quite a stir already. Breaking protocol down in the well, the excrements, and now officially approaching. I do welcome the gift, of course. I do wonder if you think that you can indeed do this. What would be this? What type of industry would you find yourself in?
Well, allow me to show you. And I will pull a dagger very slowly out from behind me, and I'll take it and I'll slit my own wrist. And then I'll cast Healing Word on myself.
Give me a performance check.
Was metal as hell.
That's 17.
Okay, very good. It's as awesome as you want it to be. So there's a few gasps in the room, but before long, they hold up their hand and they're all quiet. Let's see.
We're people of action, as you might have surmised.
Well, maybe It might be wise for us to make this acquaintance. Um, now, my understanding is you had approached the slicers, yes?
We did.
We are willing to take on the businesses from before. In addition to this, we will offer you a quarter cut of what once was controlled by the mind. In exchange, we want access to the services you plan to provide and the end of the Rock Tough Rufters and the business they find themselves in.
Big Cheese.
Mm.
It seems that our new acquaintance, the Baron, was just berating us for our brutality against this one's family, and now is just openly requesting that we do the same to another. It seems odd.
They're allowed to make their requests known, at the very least. And we're allowed to entertain the idea, but
You
hold
revealed that you are people of action in more ways than one.
What was it the Rock Tough Rufters were doing?
They
Magic drugs.
and magic drugs
Yeah.
for magic users and non.
Yeah,
Though the drugs are tougher on non-magic users.
Magic
Say-
drugs.
You have to understand, there are things in this city that are part of progress. What you all did in the mines, what we do. Even the slicers. It's a way for those without means to eat, I suppose. As rude as it is. But the Rufters, what they do hurts those who would want to come up and do better. Those that are necessary if this place is ever to see a better future. And it is only if this place sees a better future that we will see a better future. They are a parasite in the ecosystem.
And that's your only grievance against them.
Things are complicated. But that is our primary issue. And one why they are not necessary to continue. After all, I'm sure there's a part of your own smuggling you may wish to continue, and they are competitors. It'd be in your best interest. And this way you, as I said, be friends, and you will get your cut.
Big Cheese, I've also noted that they stated we approached the Slicers as if they are not a part of it, so they have not actually revealed what family they are. They
But say
spoke of
what?
the Slicers as a separate entity.
You're at Family Roulette, right?
Yeah, we're at the family
Right.
roulette.
So
Oh,
family
So it is
family
a separate
roulette.
family.
Oh, okay.
And this
I got
isn't the
confused.
Baron. It's not midnight yet. We're not at the water fountain.
Oh, okay.
We went to see the roulettas.
All good.
Confused myself.
Can we
I was
retcon
wondering by what you
everything
said
that-
before, and I was like, I don't know.
We retcon everything that Jonathan has said in the last 10 minutes.
Basically. Yep.
All right. So a lot of you were looking out. Is there anything in particular you want to try to discern with what you were trying to do?
So I thought of how I wanted to spend my token or whatever. So right before we went in, I think I would have cast See Invisibility. Just to make sure there's
No shenanigans.
no shenanigans. It lasts for an hour.
And is that just invisible, or remind me of it specifically?
What else are you hiding, Matt? No, just kidding. For the duration, you see invisible creatures and objects as if they were visible, and you can see into the ethereal plane. Ethereal creatures and objects appear ghostly and translucent. So it looks like just things that are invisible and into the ethereal plane.
Right.
And also, this house is super haunted.
Super, I see all the ghosts.
You do see a translucent form on a throne next to the person you are talking to. Which you would tell from the spell that this is from the ethereal plane. Seems to be a spirit of some kind. In the room, as your eyes move above as you walked in, you'd see about 30 spirits that hover above. They are intently listening to the conversation.
I was joking about the haunted house.
Don't joke in front of the DM. That's never good.
Uh-oh. Unless Nixie wanted to do it again, my token would be for detect thoughts right before they entered.
Actually, what were you thinking? Because I want to make sure everyone gets a chance to do some things.
Nix is invisible at the moment, so she will not be doing that.
Oh,
Okay, so she's just. So you see Nixie.
yeah, you see Nixie.
Livy, we're trying to do insightful things. Was that what you were? Oh no, someone else was doing that. You were doing the contract.
Yeah, more like the terms, whether they are, whether this is the limit they will go to, sort of thing.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, give me an insight check if you want to see if they can be pushed.
Oops. That's 12.
12. With 12, the way that this person handles themselves and the way they are looked at by those who came in with them, there's this sense of authority and a bit of fear. It might be that they have to keep up a certain front to them, making you believe that possibly negotiation here, there might be a way to increase how much that they will give, but they will always want to add something that might not equal the value, but that makes it appear as though they are not being taken.
I see. Olivia will try to I don't have the message spell. I'll just try to whisper that to Talas.
Got big bad ears. He can probably hear.
What would you like to do?
Would I have been able to get up the detect thoughts?
Oh yeah, you're doing that. Mm-hmm.
And specifically, what I wanted to focus on was when this person. Sorry to clarify. You said when they entered, they were a fox lux. Are they female, male?
Male.
Male. Okay. I questioned them about their motives for getting rid of the rock tough roughsters, and asked if they kind of alluded to them having other reasons for wanting them gone. I was just wondering if on the surface thought they might have thought of any of those reasons.
And their thoughts would have been the seduction of Bartholomew.
Mm.
A side note, detect thoughts is such a hard spell to understand for people without internal monologue. Like myself. You people who have words ring in your mind when you read. I don't understand you, so detect thought makes no sense to me, so I just go with it.
I not only hear them, I see them on the inside of my skull.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, you would be a terrible character in the book Dune.
On an additional side note, today
I don't have thoughts like this.
When I was walking through the room at work, I saw a clock on a table, and in my head, I was visualizing things, and I had to stop because my brain was thinking out the words saying, there's a clock on the table. I need to water the plant that's next to the clock. Is the plant going to die? And then flashing back to COVID when the plant didn't get watered for like 5 months. No, the plant won't die.
Okay,
because
we're falling us up. We gotta. We're saying after. I don't know what just happened.
Ursa would kind of lean down towards Talask, and she's not hiding it in whatsoever. Just like this is her offering her own bit of advice of they called them parasites. And it is true. No society ever thrived because it had a large growing class of parasites living off those who produce.
This is weird because I don't know the ghosts are there. But do I catch any stray thoughts from the person thinking about the ghost being there? From the Fox Lux folk?
No.
Okay.
Could Nixie have used her prep token because these guys entered from a different room, right?
Yeah.
And since I was already invisible, could I have slipped into that room they were entering from I just want to try to find any documents that they might have around here.
Give me a stealth check with advantage.
That is an 18. I do have a D4 I could add to this if I need
That works.
from my.
You're good.
Okay.
So again, low magic world, they don't suspect a lot of these types of things. So at least this area. So getting quickly as the door shuts. And the door does shut behind, so you are now separated from the group. There is a marble coffin in the center of the room, ornately designed with the lid propped open. And in there sits a prepped body of a young Wolflux man, maybe 15. Even with the heavy makeup applied to him and product, you can just see black lines that seem to be under the skin, very faint.
Is that all that's in this room?
In here, I would say it's all well kept. There is a desk here. It is clean and locked.
I have these tools.
Okay. If you would like to do something, you can definitely give me a thieves tools check.
That is a 21 plus my efficiency 23.
You have to unlock these, and there's various papers. Just go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay. I'm gonna use Jackie's inspiration on this. So reroll that. That is gonna be a 15.
A few things of note, especially since you were given the blah action. There's a debt ledger here. A significant name of the High Queen is on here, as well as the name Velasque. Both owe money here. Of note, it seems the princess might have come here, but she did not seem to owe money. It was more just some transactions that were made. And you catch names that are not hard to deduce that have a slight shield next to them that are likely names of city guards. And actually, this would actually be officers in the city guard.
So we'll copy as much as she can down. Is there a window or anything in here?
There is not a window here, actually, in particular.
Okay, then she.
There are no windows on this floor, to be precise.
Is that the only door?
That's against fire code.
Right?
I mean,
They
this
put
city
their
is-
poop into water stream that goes out of the city. What? If you had not caught up exactly how this played out.
Is there a chimney in here? Like fireplace?
Yeah, there's no other. There does seem to be another door, but there is also a chimney. Yes.
Nixie's gonna climb up the chimney. I'm small, so I figure I might be able to fit.
I'll give you advantage, but I do need a deck save to not become stuck.
Okay.
They won't notice you.
That's
You're
an
already
18.
all in black.
15?
18.
18. Okay, so big puff of smoke. All right, then back in the room.
Ursa has finished telling you about parasites bad.
Well, ridding the city of them is definitely something we'll remain open to. But we have a few other meetings we'd like to conduct first. You understand?
Matt, when he says that, do the ghosts do anything? Any reaction?
They do. There seems to be a disquiet and discomfort among them. And
Big cheese. I think, of course, you decide. Our friend makes a good point. If we wish to raise the city, and it seems like most of us would like the city level to raise, that this particular group is a problem. And I think that should it earn us some goodwill with potential new friend, it might be worth considering. And
Well-
almost like a look on her face, like I'm making it a completely different point, but read my mind. Yeah.
And yeah, if I understood correctly, if I switch over to Lunara, do I hear different thoughts, surface thoughts?
There's some ghosts hanging out, and they look kind of angry with your answer.
What is it to not make a reaction to learn the news of there just being ghosts in the room? Do I have to roll for that?
what are you trying to do?
So Lunara just informed me that there are ghosts in the room that I did not know about previously, and I'm trying to keep a straight face.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. I guess give me a performance.
Please see my message to Jonathan several weeks ago about don't put obstacles in front of yourself.
Yeah. But that's a 16.
Okay, yeah, you maintain it.
All right. Well, I think we give it just a little bit of time to consider one another's offers and make sure we're both in accord, and we'll give you an answer soon. Is that amenable?
I kind of pause and you detect thoughts in there, and you get the sense that it is a dangerous thing for an offer like this to be out and not to have an answer, and how they view it.
It's just taking your generous offer is, well, it could step on some other toes that we aren't even aware of that are there. And we just want to make sure that some other opinions are heard before we go making promises that we can't keep.
Sure. this in the future, you might want to think about what assets you have before you come to such a meeting. But as you are new, I will consider any noise of this conversation as a declaration against us. So
I
keep it
find that.
to yourselves.
I find that fair.
I would say within 2 days, then, you will provide an answer. To provide no answer, I would also consider an act of aggression.
Oh. We wouldn't slight you like that. You'll definitely have an answer.
Of course, like I said, given your claimed ignorance before, just wanted to make sure we were all clear.
Appreciate it.
And they stand up. As they do, the door behind you is opened, and begin to exit the room. Is there anything anyone wants to just interject one? Sure.
I don't have. Let me double check some real quick. Oh, never mind. I don't even have that spell. Okay. All right. Yeah. Then I will hit up. I look forward to conversing again. Now that I think about it, we just started talking. They didn't introduce themselves, did they?
They did not actually really give names, nor did they ask you yours.
Yeah. Then I will offer them a handshake, though.
They pause there, and they will put out their hand to shake.
You've triggered to last scan ability.
We out.
It's sort of as people are moving around, Lenara would like to give a slight nod to the other chair, the empty throne, that she sees is not empty.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll.
They too have stood up to leave, and they pause as they see you. And they cross over to you. And get very close and put a ghostly mouth near your ear. Say nothing.
So I don't do a water or hot oil thing again. Did I didn't clearly understand what you were saying.
Okay.
I didn't know if that was purposely or
Say nothing.
Oh, okay. Cool. Interesting. There's a sixth gang. It's the gang of ghosts.
Sit along.
Okay, I say nothing.
Out loud?
No, I don't say nothing.
Just the word nothing.
All right, you're able to make your way out, and with that, we'll go.
Quick question. You mentioned there was a person that had a purple crystal and a book. Did they ever do anything?
No.
Okay.
Stood obediently.
Okay. That was it.
All right. Then you have exit, and we will go ahead and take our break.
작전은 간단해 관심을 낚아챈다 애찬 방심은 환영이에요 팽팽한 월시 위를 당겨다가 누우면 작전은 간단해 관심을 낚아챈다 애찬 방심은 환영이에요 팽팽한 월시 위를 당겨다가 누우면 정확히 날아가 Straight into your heart 당연한 듯이 빠져들어 내
Alrighty.
헤어날 수
Oh,
없지 단연해요 해요 There's no turning back 거품처럼 사라져버려
They'll be out here just being like, "Oh, I got your ghosts."
Just intrusive thoughts, not actually doing anything.
Thought some true anime interlude music would be fun. Some K-pop there. Licensing is fun. Okay, so
Actually, anime is Japanese.
I'm aware.
I'm just doing a bit. That's why I did the glasses
know.
push.
It's similar to the style. Enough. Yeah. As much as I can get, because I put in Japanese anime interludes, and I don't get anything on my search engine. K-pop's the closest I can get to getting something that sounds similar. But yes. Anyway. So, what would y'all like to do?
What time is it at this point?
Let's see here. It'll probably be in the afternoon. Actually, it would be late. It would be much later, actually.
Oh.
So it's more around the dinner hour.
Yeah, as we're heading back to the base, like, has anyone seen Nixie?
Mason feels somebody like land in their horns.
Found him. Are you still invisible?
Yep.
I assume they are perched in my horns because there is weight upon my head.
Yes.
Oh, sharp
He
cheddar's
waves
on
to
it again.
Lunara. And she'll be
I'm gonna keep seeing visibility up and just see if any ghosts are following us.
Oh, very good. Give me a perception check.
Because I was yelling at people on Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
I know, it's a good amount of it.
$18.
Distance. Kind of on the roof of the house you're coming from, you see one looking, so not following you, but observing you as you continue down the road. They seem to be leaving the manor there.
I'll head back to the base proper before discussing anything, just in case there are people listening in.
Big Cheese, is there any chance of getting like a to-go meal? Because there's not really anything in the base. I saw food.
Yeah. Do I smell any good food nearby?
I mean, yeah, you want to go somewhere? What do we?
We'll grab some food on the way back to the base so we can eat and have dinner while we discuss.
So they'll give you a bit of a, I'd say, what's most available at this point would be porterhouse steaks, I believe. So that's what you're able to pick.
Nice. I'm for it.
Steak.
Steak on a stick.
Because that's mostly what's open at the porterhouses. So
I will take mine rare. Please.
give you a weird look.
Just right off the bone.
Oh yeah, you got it. So you get what you need, dude.
What are the sides? What are you...
It's just steak.
That's the side. The side is also a secondary steak.
It's steak with a side of steak.
There's fat on the side. See right there.
You know, we have a bunch of lizard meat actually.
With no way to preserve it.
We should sell some of it. Would you like to sell lizard steaks?
Yeah.
Huge steaks on that.
Or we cook it, and that's the first meal that we give to the needy. Just lizard steaks.
But once
it's not always going to be this good, but we'll give you food of some sort.
Once we're back at the base, the facade drops again, and okay, meeting.
You're really coming into your own, Big Cheese.
Meeting number 2 in the box. Ghosts? What?
There were spirits there.
Yes. I didn't notice any.
There were ghosts? Oh, I didn't get to see any of them.
Wait, can you do a thing with ghosts too, like you do with the zombies and the skeletons?
Not yet, but surely if I study more.
Well, wait. So you just read a book and you just gain power?
Oh, it's a bit more than that. You have to study the arts of necromancy with all your dedication and your prior knowledge of the arcane. It's a whole process.
Okay. So it sounds, at least, actually, from the description of how I built this, that sounds similar to the martial arts that I'm supposed to practice and focus my ki to summon forth the elements.
Oh.
I thought you just could read a book and you just got that. So equally as difficult. Okay, that's not too bad. I thought maybe I just picked a bad class. I'm sorry, what?
I can just do what I can do.
So when you built this form of yours, you just get stuff?
I don't really build this. I think Palin just gave me this form.
Are you a pixie outside of here?
Yeah, kind of. So I think he was this is his revenge on me. Ha ha ha.
Wait, did he manage to just transfer you fully in here?
Well, I wasn't. I didn't have these. She shows you these fangs. That's kind of new. But you guys do have some amazing energy, by the way.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Oh, Big Cheese, I found you this information.
Oh, what is it?
It looks like a debt collecting book from all these people, the last, the queen, how much they owe to them. There was also a wolf person, a wolf lux is what you guys called him, that was dead. It was a 15-year-old boy lying in the coffin in that room.
Oh, I wonder if that's their kid. And that's
Here,
why they
here, I
want.
copied it all down for you.
Maybe that's why the Roulette family wants the Ruffsters gone.
That could make sense. Maybe he got involved in drugs and he died.
Yeah. Personal vendetta. Oh, to inform you all, I didn't want to promise to take out this Ruffsters group before we talk to the Baron tonight, because I thought, well, if we promise this now and then we go talk to the Baron, it turns out the Baron's like, oh yeah, they're our best friends, then we immediately make enemies of those two gangs, right? All for the sake of the roulette. But if we go talk to the Baron and the Baron's like, yeah, those guys are assholes, take them out if you want, then that's a...
Two birds in one stone.
That was very wise of you, Big Cheese.
But apparently that pissed off the ghosts? When I said that, is that right, Lenara?
Yes.
Okay.
So us not immediately agreeing is what angered them?
I mean, not like they got into a murderous rage or anything, but they seemed
Would that do
disgruntled with their
anything?
choice.
They're
What?
incorporeal. Would that matter if they were in a murderous rage? They just kind of fly through us, no?
I've heard adventurers talk about fighting ghosts before, so I assume not. But again, we're in here, so maybe it works different.
But it is good to know that we'd have to fight ghosts as well if we challenge the Roulette family. So good looking out.
I'm wondering if they knew that there were ghosts.
Oh, you don't think they knew?
Well, see, there were two thrones, right?
Sorry. Two thrones? Did I miss that?
I'm pretty sure Matt said sitting in the empty throne was a ghost.
Oh!
If I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, so the guy wasn't necessarily on a throne there, the one in the real realm, but the ghost definitely was.
Was it a ghost
there-
throne?
Sure.
It was a ghostly throne.
Oh, okay.
It was a ghost throne.
Okay.
So Talask
Hmm.
isn't crazy. He didn't see anything.
Sorry, I apparently was the only one who saw the throne. I thought it was really there.
Was it the true king of this land?
I
don't know.
But they had ghost furniture. That's it. Wait, did you see the spirit of a wolf boy? Like,
Now, I don't think they were very clear, right?
Yeah, there's sort of more general spirits. Yeah.
We couldn't really make out details. Just that there were about 30 of them on the ceiling, or floating in the air, and then the one on the throne.
Oh, what a ghost!
I did nod to it, sort of tried to subtly nod to it, and it noticed, and it got really close and whispered, "Don't say anything."
Huh.
Although now I just said stuff about it, but I'm hoping they just meant there. But to be fair, you had already read stuff in my mind before it said anything, so.
Okay. So we have the offer from the Roulette family that they're willing to give us a quarter of the proceeds that they get for taking over the clientele that would have gone here.
So the smuggling and the gambling.
Just the gambling.
I think just the gambling.
Did they mentioned the tough Rufters being partially within our previous realm? I think they might have been talking about smuggling as well.
But they mentioned that we might want to continue that smuggling business, not them take it on.
Got it.
And if we do decide to take them out, that'll be a need that will need to be filled.
Yep.
Maybe Cam can be in charge of that.
that does seem like something Cam would enjoy doing. Yeah.
Yes.
Cam seems very eager for any kind of chaos.
Yep.
Well, Cam is young.
I was going to say that tracks, and remember this character has no idea who Cam was in the world.
Just something to think about. But when we open this magic school, do you think that these magic drugs are going to be a problem there?
Not if we remove them.
Yeah.
Also, Commander Grington did say to hold off on that.
Right. Just putting thoughts out there.
Yes.
Because if we do take out the roughsters, they're getting their supply from someone, right? Will that someone just try to make new connections elsewhere and get their product into the city some way else?
Well, if all the other organizations share the same feelings about trying to raise the level of the city, which in turn would create more profit for all the organizations, then I think that in theory all organizations would be on the watch out for it and put a stop to it.
Yeah.
It's assuming the idea I'm getting kind of in the first two meetings we've had is there's some sort of cooperation or not direct hostilities between these organizations.
Have an understanding of each other's roles, I think.
Yes.
And that at this point, perhaps the Rufters have disturbed that understanding.
Yeah. Alright, but we have this meeting with the Baron at midnight. Which is the formal way that we're supposed to be doing this. I think that's what I got from the letter.
If the Baron is not part of the Slicers and is some sort of overlord, eventually we're gonna have to take him out.
Do you think that the Baron would like the skull of a dwarf that screams at him when he looks at it? Because we have one of those in storage and I don't know what to do with it.
Do you think, honestly, that he would?
I think that would be a wonderful gift for anyone, but
I'm sorry. No, I don't think anybody would want. We'll look over at Livia. Okay. Most people would not want a skull that screams at you.
Can I have it?
Sure. It's so there is a bronzed dwarven skull that just screams at you when you look at it, and it's in the big room behind the big door.
How big is it? Dwarf's skull, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It's worth 40 gold pieces.
She goes, applies, and gets it, and then goes and places it right on top of Mason's horn.
Nixie, that's uncomfortable.
Oh, sorry. Let me adjust it.
No, it's just pulling my head to the other side.
Fine. Take it off.
It's just screaming the whole time, trying not to look at it.
I hope I'm wrong and the Baron is part of the Slicers.
Yeah, me too. I was just trying to think of what gift to bring him because he gave us this dagger as a gift. And I think he might be expecting something and not bringing something might say something that I'm unaware of. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, that you saying you. Thank you for bringing the roulettas. That their need for verbal or some kind of confirmation seemed odd to me because I feel like if somebody does not respond is an answer in and of itself.
Well, yeah, but
I think that in polite society, if you are engaging in conversation and a question is asked of you and you don't respond, that is an insult. It is not an answer.
And an insult is worse than the wrong answer.
Yes, typically.
Oh, we wholly lost Matt.
We lost the. Oh no!
Oh man, the meeting with the Baron went so good.
We
They're
totally took
all
a
on
nap.
our sides. The roulettas are on our sides.
We cleaned up all the drugs out of the street.
And the poop.
there was so much poop.
The poop and the drugs have all been cleaned. We are the roulettas and the slicers have come under our umbrella.
Never. I never.
Talask has been promoted to the Grand Big Cheese.
Whoa.
The grand big cheese.
Yeah. Didn't even know that was an option.
So, where to go?
So another thing that's in our inventory is a crude wax drawing of Raskavar, and I have no idea what Raskavar is. It's not one of the kingdoms that was mentioned earlier.
So, Nixie, are you more of a strategist, an informant? Because Ursa's the feta financier. I'm a mozzarella muscle. We've got sharp cheddar and big cheese. Livia, you were going to be the Parmesan planner?
Sure.
You got a Swiss slicer?
Yes, Cam is the Swiss slicer.
Then I will be your brie broker.
Matt, it was great. We got so much done while you were gone. We've Talask is now the Grand Big Cheese. The roulettas and the slicers have come under our umbrella. We got rid of all the drugs and the poop.
Amazing. Well, that decided to be fun. So,
Do you have a
I'm pretty
quick
sure
question?
getting rid of the poop raises the city level.
In the inventory of things we got, one was a crude wax drawing of Raskavar. When inspecting that, do I know what Raskavar is? Does that information show up for me?
I think that's a person.
it is the person you killed.
Oh, okay.
You never got their name.
Never
That
got
is
their
the person you
name.
killed. You go, oh! And it just
Got
say
it.
Raskavar in front.
We just hold it up next to the zombie.
Just pin it to its chest.
Because there's also a painting, like a full-on painting of that person.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to write that down.
I do like the way he phrased it. He said crude wax drawing of Raskavar, and then framed painting of the woman you killed.
Yeah. I thought Raskavar was like a kingdom, like
Yes.
or something. I don't know.
I must have missed when I was trying to get out the name. So
Okay.
Talask, perhaps the diamonds would be a good gift, or we may have to go purchase another cask of wine.
I'm trying to think. Like, what's a clever gift to give
A stranger that we
leader-
know nothing about?
the leader of the Cup Persons?
Well, he granted us a knife. Perhaps we gift him a coupon for 1 free healing.
Do we try to steal something off of him and gift him at the end his own thing?
I don't know that would be an appreciated gift.
But it was funny.
I'm just practicing being a bobblehead. That's all, guys.
Okay, a gift for a thief. What do you give the person who steals everything?
Give him the water thing. So he never goes thirsty again.
I mean, there is that. If you're willing to give that up, Big Cheese. But a dagger does not compare. So it would put him in your debt, so to speak.
Yeah, it's almost too good of a gift.
Like showing him up, I understand your thought process.
Yeah. It's like you want something that compliments them, not makes them feel like they live in a poop area.
But now that you say that, we could use that to clean up the poop area.
It's true. It's true.
That's a great gift.
You don't got to be in a poop area anymore.
Now we just put it at the beginning and just spray the crap down.
Or we could offer to clean up the poop area for them, potentially.
I
Or
just like the
assist in
thought of
that
doing
endeavor.
that immensely. Not like the offering, but the actual doing it. That sounds awful.
Perhaps we get Eloise. We give her, and that can be her first duty, is to go clean up the poop area with with
certainly
the
not.
magic bag.
That's
Hey,
so mean.
sorry you screwed up your whole life and you potentially need to go with your husband because you were being smuggled into the kingdom where your husband is. Could you just clean the shit? You know, that's
Yeah, but
our
it's
first
clean
job
the
for you is clean the shit in the
it's
city.
clean the shit with a fire hose. Like
Jonathan. I mean, sorry. Mason, would you like to go out there and clean the shit?
I was gonna offer to help with it. I have shape water. I can help move it out.
I think that the kind of sanitation infrastructure of the city is not something we can do overnight. That sounds like long-term project goals.
I do think that should be one of the primary spells taught at the magic school, though. Shape water to help move the poop out.
Because, I mean, like, I can imagine us offering to do that for them and be like, oh, what? Are we unsightly to you? Like, they could take umbrage and immediately see a slant at them for offering.
Then
I'd
perhaps,
like to-
as Ursa said, the diamonds.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
If you'd like, I could carve some kind of bracelet or circlet that we could embed them in. Out of wood, that is.
How long would that take? I think we've got like 4 hours until we have to meet them.
Let me double check the toolcraft book. Because I think wood carving, it says you can kind of just do some stuff with it.
Lunara's gonna find out whichever of the bars that Cam is passed out at and get a drink. After that whole, we can never clean the shit stuff. Lunara needs a drink after that.
Amazing.
Okay,
to
so
Leon's
a
bar.
substantial project only takes an hour, plus the time required for detail, and that's like a shield or object that weighs below 30 pounds. So, I could probably do it. Like, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just making like a little bracelet that can hold these gems. So if we can get some wood.
Didn't have anything else to do until the meeting.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy enough to get some wood, I would say.
Do you think that maybe we should bring her here? Since, people know where she is.
Who?
The person we were just talking about cleaning the shit.
I thought she. Yeah.
Did we? Why did we leave her at the house unattended?
We were.
Well,
supposed
she's not
to have-
unattended. There are 2 guards there.
Right.
Okay.
And I believe we were supposed to approach the guards, hire them, and then bring them all here.
Right. Crack
Something I
in shot.
vaguely remember. From watching it earlier today, guys, I've already forgot.
I know we talked about it. I didn't know if that was something that was going to be done off screen or if that was something we actively needed to go do.
I don't know.
Because I know we talked about we knew that we were going to house them and that we were going to hire the 2 guards. And I thought we were going to put them in the base underground for their protection, but we got that note that let us know, oh, they're at the house. So
Okay, so reading this, it'll take me 2 hours to try this attempt with just some like basic wood.
Shoot it.
So I'm not looking for one of like the magical ones. So the DC is 8 plus. This is technically minute. So 8 plus 3 for lightly detailed, so that's 11, and then so 12 for total 12. Yeah, 12.
Okay.
For this. To ask a bracelet, a circlet for their head. Like what do you
like
do you
a
want?
tennis bracelet?
We are putting diamonds in it, so kind of.
What do barons wear?
I could make a brooch.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but yeah.
Oh, it's like a pin that you just in case they don't like to have accessories upon their skin.
Wait! What are the rich stick people that put in their cuffs?
Cufflinks.
Oh, is that it? That's pretty straightforward. What if you made
They do not wear suits.
Oh, that's their fault.
At least a brooch they can pin to a cloak or a shirt or
like is it a backhanded like gesture to give them cufflinks when they don't wear cuffs?
They've got no arms.
It's like I thought you were a baron. I really don't know anything. I'm gonna leave it up to you, Mason.
Should it be a brooch of our design as a show of friendship, or
do they have a design?
a dagger? I assume.
And what about a brooch of 2 clasped hands? As if agreeing to a deal.
That sounds good to me. Can you craft that? Can you carve that?
Sure. How would you like the diamonds placed?
Like their rings on the fingers.
So, I suppose we shall keep one of the diamonds then, or are we putting 3 on one hand and you cannot? That would just be 5 rings on one hand then, because I cannot show the outer side of 2 different hands.
Yeah, that's fine. 5 rings on each, one on each finger, for the hand you can see.
Sure. That seems very odd, but as you wish, Big Cheese. I'm going to use my inspiration. It's dex base plus proficiency, so +6.
Want some of that guidance stuff?
Yeah, would you like some guidance? Here's some guidance.
I was gonna say
23. Because y'all said guidance way too late.
Retroactive guidance.
So what'd you get in the check?
23.
Okay.
you didn't say it too late. You just rolled too fast.
Very cool. All right, so you're able to craft what you were trying to. So you picked your DC, so you don't get more for your roll. Is that how it goes?
Well, no, that's just based on like what the rules say, of lightly detailed plus it being a minute like object, such as a figurine, arrow shafts, object that weighs less than 2 pounds.
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah. So, yep. Little clasped hand brooch with the 5 small diamonds that were worth the 25 gold pieces each embedded into it.
Okay. All right, anything else we'd like to do?
I would like to go early to the house we have the deed to, and to check on them and see if the guards are there, and if we need to instruct them to come back to this base where it's a little more secure. After that slightly threatening thing about knowing where they were.
You can definitely do that if you want to keep. They're still there. They're still safe currently. But if you want to kind of consolidate, so you have less to worry about.
We'll leave them with Cam. I'll send Cam up. You're like, hey, you gotta
Cam is
sober up.
passed out.
You sober up, Cam. You gotta watch these folks. When we go do some meeting with people. Well, I tried. It didn't work.
And I know we like collectively voted me leader, but I feel like I've been doing a lot of talking. If anybody else wants to, feels like jumping in, you're more than welcome. If not, I'll keep going.
I mean, I'm happy to advise, but we have declared you the leader.
Yep, I just wanted to throw that out there.
Unless you need a break.
I'm good. 3 speeches a day might be my limit, but
No. I mean, I did offer some advice out there, so I did
it was
speak.
good advice too. Yeah, it was good. All positive notes so far on our meetings.
So far, nobody's tried to kill us yet.
we're 2 for 2.
Let's hope we can do that for 3.
Oh, okay. gonna throw up. I'm not gonna throw up.
All right. Anything before you make it to this next meeting?
I don't have anything.
I'm good. Because I haven't expended anything. So
Actually, Matt, there's something I've been thinking about doing for 2 weeks and haven't done because I keep forgetting. If it's possible, I'd like to look around and see if there's a ledger for this person that we killed of like what they've been up to.
Raskavar.
Yes, I look at the corpse with the picture on it. Right.
So
Hey, did you have a ledger?
Oh, just like what? Oh, of their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Documents here.
Business here.
There's various people who like had like small debts and that type of thing, but nothing too crazy. You got the idea. Like they didn't really. So I think the place that was really into getting a lot of high debts. I'd say the gambling was pretty much done like they didn't loan money out so someone could get in the hole.
Yeah.
With them, that type of like crazy debt stuff is more the work of the Roulette family. It's more
I was
like kind of the game,
like the smuggling.
Oh, extra smuggling stuff.
Side for the jobs that they did other jobs.
Yeah.
And if you need,
there is like a shorthand, so they don't have like names that you can recognize.
Okay.
They're kind of scratched out in like a type of code, but there are like certain things of amounts of money and such things.
Okay. Something to ponder over later, I suppose. Maybe
Something
with Cam's help.
Something I just thought of. The cloak that the guy with the rope had. Did anyone take that?
I don't even remember what it does.
I think it's like a once per day use, but it makes you invisible.
Yeah.
If no one else has
I
that
don't-
already, I would offer it to Nixie.
I don't have it.
I don't have it.
Okay.
One of our dead folks had it.
So yeah, I'll go to. Hey,
Nixie's outside. He's with the dwarf skull, and she's building a guard and putting the dwarf skull out there. So in case like a doorbell, pretty much.
Matt, is this an item I'm gonna have to code?
I thought I put in loot, but yeah.
I see this. Oh, it's just cloak. Is what you're having.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't recognize it. It's just cloak.
So yeah, as a bonus action, the character turns invisible for a minute, and while invisible, the character's movements make no sound, and the invisibility ends if you attack, cast a spell, or take damage. But Nixie, I think you might be able to make the most use of this. This is a limited cloak of invisibility.
Ooh, cool.
Attunement, not attunement, Matt.
It is not an attunement item.
The person we got this off of nearly cut my head off with a wire.
I won't cut your head off.
That's appreciated. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Would you like me to try to read the Baron's mind if we get there?
Oh, wait, can you be invisible and do that at the same
All right.
time?
Assassin's cloak is
No.
coded.
When you have the cloak on, are you concentrating on that invisibility?
Casting a spell breaks it.
But if you cast Detect Thoughts before it and then put the hood up,
Then
Yeah.
that would be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that.
that'd be awesome.
All right. I will fall behind Ursa since I could probably hide behind her body weight.
Yeah. But just remember that it's only for a minute.
That works. That's all as long as Doc says too. So.
Okay.
Good job, by the way, with talking so far.
Oh, thanks. I'm doing my best.
I just smile at people and show my big, cute eyes. So.
And your terrifying fangs.
Shh. That's a secret.
Oh, okay.
Not if you show it to people.
Let me show it to you guys.
Okay.
Oh, I have just remembered. In the event that this meeting does go south and violence is involved, I believe I should warn all of you that sometimes when the bloodlust gets strong and the transformations happen, I become almost unrecognizable. But do not be alarmed. I am still me.
Are you in control of your faculties?
Yes. Mostly.
You are not stirring confidence within me, Ursa.
I will recognize you by vision and by smell.
How do we recognize you?
This conversation.
You must witness me prior to transforming. You must witness
okay.
the transformation happen.
Oh, well, okay. Got it.
I have been told it's
Yeah, good to
quite
know.
intimidating.
Yeah. God, you're on our side. Any last minute business?
None that I have.
Okay.
You know, if you talk while you're muted, people don't hear you. So what Lunara said is, wait, are you talking about changing into animals?
No, I am talking about the rage involved.
Oh. The whole feral thing you were talking about last.
Yes,
The other day.
I do mean it quite literally.
Okay. Super great.
But now we know. We know what to watch out for. This is good.
I tend to resort to my pure instinct, and sometimes I get a bit cheeky.
Okay. All right, ready? Let's go.
Yeah. Yep. Great. As we get close to the fountain, I'd like to cast See Invisibility again.
Yeah, I'm gonna ritual cast Detect Magic because didn't think to do it earlier. I don't know this to be a particularly magical place, so if it pings, we know there's trouble.
Ping.
Okay, sounds. So you did detect invisibility, and then we've got. Sorry, what are you doing?
Detect Magic, see
Detect
invisibility.
magic,
for
see invisibility. Like I knew I was already saying things incorrectly. Okay.
Detect invisible magic.
Okay.
We wanted all the areas covered.
Okay. All right, you have that on. So you do not. Okay. So you have that going as you get there. Anything else? from anybody?
Hearing about the ghost we found earlier, I would like to divine sense when the other people show up.
Also a big. Okay. Yeah, that's. All right. In that case, make your way to the fountain, having your senses up. Nothing seems to be lurking in the ethereal plane currently, nor do anything that's invisible necessarily shows up. However, you do so let's see here. I think Ursa, give me a perception check.
That is a natural 20 for 27.
Let's go.
So, as you get there, you're able to see Ursa quite. Seems to be you count easily 15 folks on some of the roofs here, climbed on the thatch, lying down with various weapons. Approaching, you see a gentleman in a black and red suit, followed by an entourage of 11. As they get closer, Mason, you can detect some that hang way back, about 50 feet. Or it's actually be about 30 feet from you. There's a slight aura coming from the veins of within their skin, and then floating around these odd rods that they carry.
We have users. Is my
Man-
guess.
Man in black and red has a sword at his side, and all you can see right now is the pommel that's set with 9 gems, 3 gray and 6 red, and it gives off a magical aura.
The staves, or what did you say that?
It's a long
people are
sword.
No,
Sorry,
no, no.
There's rods people are holding.
Rods. And was there particular schools of magic for those, or?
Not in particular. Various magical energies. See the gentleman sit down at the fountain, and space is made as a few of the closer ones to him stay nearby. Actually sits like one side of him, and he invites you to sit next to him, and your to him subordinates sit next to you on the fountain.
Before we have gotten there, like as like we're walking
Sure.
into the space and whatnot, could I have quietly just like idly said that there are a lot of owls on the rooftops tonight?
Hmm. Olivia, you do your divine sense. And you don't sense anything extraplanar or else here. Though I'd say when you do that, the sword gives an odd thing, but just it must have to do with something.
The minute Talisk and the Baron start talking, Nixie is going to spell another Detect Thoughts.
Okay.
As they approach, can I tell what kind of looks folk the Baron is?
Indeed, he is Black Wolf.
Baron, it is nice to finally meet you. I greatly appreciated your gift and your letter, and I wanted to reciprocate as best that we could. And I will hold out the brooch with the diamonds in it and the clasped hands.
Takes it. Nods. I accept this token in return. And acknowledge the incident earlier as nothing.
I'm glad we meant no offense.
So, what is the nature of business that you are going to pursue?
Right. Those in my company have a particular set of skills. And we see that there's somewhat of a need in this city for those skills. Have you ever been to Jed's house?
Occasionally, we all trip and fall.
Right. And would you say that that was a particularly pleasant experience at Jed's house?
Man, I almost tried to cut off my leg. I would not call it that.
Well, the skills that we intend to employ would make that a bit more relaxing and a bit more efficient and a bit less time consuming and far less dangerous. And we're rather skilled at this. We also
You
thought...
bring instability here.
Oh, is that so? On whose toes
Well,
might we be stepping?
If wounds are easily healed, then the fear of obtaining them lessens.
Only if you're not friends with the person doing the healing.
So it's friends with you or face extinction.
Well, I just imagine it might make it slightly more difficult without our aid. And especially against any against you that prefer our offerings.
The Myriad clan boasts similar power.
Do they now?
Indeed.
I would very much like to meet them then.
I don't know that you would.
Oh no? Are they not the friendly sort?
They seek to put the end to our freelancing efforts. Incorporate. After all the hard work many of us have done to start our own businesses here.
Well, I'm not sure I like the idea of that. I very much would like for you to continue doing as you are.
Indeed. We've had to pursue unsavory ends to maintain some type of defense against them.
Oh. And are their offenses consistent?
They have several who have natural magic.
I see. Then, if
They are not from here either.
hmm,
Much like all of you.
and I understand the trepidation that comes with that. But what I can say is that we prefer a mutual agreeable relationship with you rather than take you over outright. That doesn't help our cause.
We are concerned that should we work with those whose concerns cross the Myriad clan, that they may cross us.
Well, I admit that our information on this myriad of colors, or whatever it was, it is somewhat lacking. We are rather green, as you well know. Any information you'd be willing to part with would be appreciated.
I've met with one representative. He spoke one word, and 3 of my men's heads exploded. I'd never seen anything like it. They seem to be about control. Not providing any true service to us nor the city, but rather want their tithes and their offerings, with a vague promise of us all having a piece of the future. A future they say is coming fast.
Well, With all of your capabilities established in this city, do you know where they've set up shop?
No.
Interesting indeed.
He made his point quite clear. I may be ruthless, sir, but I would not send out my people to die like that willingly. After that demonstration. Nor is he ever seen come in or usually going. Some type of invisibility shrouds him, we believe.
Oh,
Raskavar had some similar folk who knew a thing or two.
yeah, we met.
Matt,
Yep.
while he's talking about like the myriad and this guy and whatnot, I just want an insight on whether or not the way he's talking about the guy that he fears for, like he thinks that guy is like way off the scales scarier than we could potentially be to his people, because I knowing that he showed up with this big amount of force ready to like kill us if something goes wrong, like he truly fears this guy more than us.
Okay, give me an insight check.
22.
The way his tone of voice with all of you, he showed up with people. He seems to regard you all as maybe equals or potentially slightly more skilled, maybe specialists. The fear he has of this other man is almost the fear of which you'd have of a demon or a god. Was a horrifying display to him.
Well, how about this? We make no official agreements tonight, but if something does happen between you and Miss Myriad, you know that our doors are open to you, and not to them.
Not. I bring also word from the others.
Oh, by all means.
We all had several people who ran when you assaulted Raskavar. The tales of that, while not terrifying, were impressive. We will give. There is an offer. Should the myriad no longer be a problem or presence here in Joko. And that would be 5% each from our various enterprises. Ongoing for as long as independence of all parties is maintained.
And you see, you speak on behalf of the rowdy and the roughsters.
They took bit more. The Rufters took a bit more massaging, but they are on board.
See. And you find that the dealings of these Rufters and the Rowdy are in line with your vision of what this city should be.
The Rowdy is a natural evolution from our own. It's fine. They do not offer protection in areas we have a claim to. And pay us for us to ignore others. It's an amicable relationship.
I see.
The Rufters, they have become a necessity as the many colors of the myriad have come upon us.
Is that what he's thinking in his head also?
It's something along the lines of, if I could have my people never touch another damn drop of that juice, it'd be too soon.
I think I'm going to spend another subtle spell and send that information to Talisk.
Well, that is a fine offer to consider. Would you mind giving us a day to talk amongst ourselves?
Of course. I will also, on behalf, inform you that the way in which I entreated all of you is standard. You send a gift and a message, and you name a time and place that is not owned by either party.
I appreciate the instruction.
Trespassing again. I now would have to assume you mean an offense, as would the others. And we do not trespass on yours again. Especially since you do not have a place of entertainment like Roskavar.
Well, all things in due time.
If you do, you would need to declare those portions equal territory where business may not be conducted. Those were the rules. And sure, they did things underneath. But that was fine.
We'll keep you informed.
Nods. Till next time, then. And anything before all that happens? Well, before we end scene? Right.
Lunaro would ask, in the to make sure understanding is clear, would one of ours be allowed a single person to bring the gift and make the request, or how is that handled exactly?
A single messenger.
Very good. Thank you.
One would carry the parchment openly. That is the signal, you could say. Plus, we now know of your existence.
And I'm just thinking on that. I'll let you know it now that there's a good chance that it's an animal that brings the gift and the message.
I'll spread that along. All right. In that case, the meeting ends and the parties begin to go their separate ways. And we will end for tonight. All right. Everyone watching, thank you so much. And we will see you next week.
Right.
Good night.
Bye.